Welcome to the Superwoman Super Chef Cookery Show by UDS Hotels and Purple Club. Namaskar, welcome to Vidyaji and Ashaji from Sydney, Australia directly. They are here for the show. And how do you feel about it, Vidyaji?
Thank you. First of all, yeah, it's a bit overwhelming to be on camera, but thanks for giving us this opportunity to be on our show and to showcase our cooking skills. I mean, first time in 25 years somebody's actually asked me to cook in front of a video, so it feels good to be here. Thank you.
And what about you, Ashaji? How do you feel about the day?
Pretty much as Vidya said, it's the first time for me, quite overwhelming, but very interesting experience, and thank you for the opportunity.
But let me say something because I've seen both of your show, the way both of you are doing it. I will say that because it was almost equal to any international show. The way you have kept your kitchen, the way ingredients have been put up, not wasting the material, and the way you're cooking and explaining. I don't find any kind of, like maybe I can find out being a chef, I can find out 1% mistake. Otherwise, it was superb. It was definitely very nicely done.
Thank you.
I think, Vidyaji, what are you going to show today?
Okay, today I'm going to be making a Mughlai dish called gobi musallam, which is basically cauliflower, a full cauliflower in a coconut milk gravy, which is baked and served with rotis or rice.
Oh, very good. I think it's a very special dish for many people. A lot of hotels, a lot of five-star hotels have this gobi musallam as one of their main dishes.
Okay.
Ashaji, what are you going to do today?
Mine is a very simple recipe. It's called beetroot sasmi. As the name says, mustard is the main ingredient. So yeah, that's with coconut and buttermilk. It's a very simple and easy dish to cook.
Okay, what do you do actually in you're both of you are in Australia now, and like your husbands are there, or what is it, or you are working? Vidyaji?
Yeah.
I work for an IT company in Sydney. Yeah.
And where are you? Where is your origin in India from?
I'm born and brought up in Delhi, but I'm Tamilian. So my parents, my mom's from Chennai and my dad's from Tirunelveli.
And you're schooling basically in Delhi only?
Schooling from Delhi, I went to Holy Child School in Delhi.
Okay. And what about you, Ashaji?
I work here for a doctor, and from Chennai. We're brought up in Chennai, but basically from Mangalore, Udupi.
Okay. And what kind of doctor you are? What is the specialization?
No, I work for a doctor. I've managed the practice there.
Okay. Fine. So very nice to have both of you for this show. And because this is actually a place where, or maybe I'll say the forum or an opportunity for people to show their talent. And especially when I saw both of you, let me be honest to see that I think you've done a wonderful job. And I'm sure because when you're going to show this show to others, they will also, as Vidyaji said, last 25 years, the first time someone is shooting her doing the cookery. And it was pretty clean and neat. So that's what I would like to congratulate both of you for a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ashaji, the way you also was explaining was very neat and clean.
Thank you.
Because we see many cookery shows, you cannot say that you're amateur. You can't say that. Because you see that people who are, professionals also do mistakes, or maybe you can't see them doing a show very neat also. So thank you very much for coming to the show.
I'm Vidya Sundar from Sydney, Australia. So today we're going to be making a Mughlai dish called gobi musallam. So the main ingredient of this dish is the cauliflower. The other spices that we have here are coriander powder, cumin powder, fenugreek leaves, dried fenugreek leaves, turmeric, ginger and garlic paste, and salt The other ingredients that go into this dish are the coconut milk, tomatoes, onions, and fresh coriander leaves for garnishing. So we'll begin by setting the cauliflower to blanch. That would be our first step while we make the gravy. And apart from salt and turmeric, we are adding a little bit of chili powder to it. Now take the cauliflower and gently put it into the boiling water. Be careful that it doesn't burn. Cover it and cook it for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, we'll open the lid. We will flip the cauliflower around so that the top part also gets cooked. And then we will add the gravy to it. The next step, while the cauliflower is cooking, let's start making the gravy for this dish. We'll start by adding a couple of teaspoons of oil. When the oil becomes hot, we'll add finely chopped onions to it. Take a medium-sized onion, and that should be enough for your gravy. Now we'll be making some extra gravy. Half of it will be used for cooking the cauliflower, and the remaining will be used separately, so you can add it to the cauliflower when you have the dish. Now we have added onion for the gravy. While the onion is cooking, take the cashew nut and add hot water to it and let it soak until you cook the ingredients for the gravy. So 4 minutes are up. I'm going to take this cauliflower out and flip it over and cook it for another 4 minutes. So we're cooking the onion for the gravy. So we need to cook it till it's slightly more cooked than translucent state. Now we add some ginger paste and garlic paste to this. Be flexible with the amount of spice that you want. It can be made as spicy or as mild as you want. Now we've added ginger and garlic paste, and we continue to saute this mixture. So this dish, gobi masalam, is a baked dish. So let's preheat the oven while the gravy is cooking and the cauliflower is being blanched. So we're going to turn this on to 200 degrees Celsius, or that's about 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, let's look at the cauliflower now. This is done quite well. You can put a knife in and check that it is soft. Let's leave this open to cool down, and let's look at the gravy now. So we've got our onions are cooking nicely. We've got onion, ginger and garlic. Let's add our spices and tomatoes to this gravy. So I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of turmeric. Going to add about 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. I'm using this red chili powder because it will give a nice color to the dish. Now you can vary the quantity of chili powder if you want the dish to be spicy. Traditionally this is a creamy mild dish, but you can make it spicy and add more chili powder to it if you want. So we've added turmeric, we've added chili powder. Let's add cumin powder to it. So I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of cumin powder and about 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Mix all of this together. Once the spices are mixed, add salt to taste. So remember, we already added salt to the cauliflower. So add salt carefully. If it's less in the gravy, we can always add a little bit more. So I'm going to add about slightly more than a teaspoon of salt to the gravy. Mix it up. And now we're going to add tomatoes to this. I'm using canned tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes, chop them finely and add it to the gravy. So if you're adding fresh tomatoes, add about 4 tomatoes. So I'm adding the tomatoes and just mashing it up all well, just so that it all cooks together nicely. We're going to grind this later, so even if you don't mash it up properly, that's all right, because we're going to put it in the blender to make the gravy. So once the tomato is done, let it sit on the stove for a bit while the tomatoes and the whole gravy is cooking. Once this gets cooked, we will add the cashew nuts to this. Okay, now you see that the gravy is coming together nicely. It's beginning to leave the sides of the vessel, and it's coming together. Now let's add the soaked cashew nuts to it. Now I have added about a handful. There are about 10 to 12 cashew nuts here. Again, you can vary the quantity of cashew nuts. If you don't have cashew nuts, you can use almonds instead, or you can omit. If you want a dish that is nut free, you can omit the nuts and add cooking cream instead at the end of after you have got the gravy together. So I'm adding cashew nuts to this dish. Now I'm going to turn the heat off, and we will blend this. After cooling it down, we'll blend this with coconut milk. So while the gravy is cooling down, you can take the cauliflower from the pot that you used to blanch it in and put it in the dish that you are going to use for baking. Now you have to be very gentle while taking the cauliflower, because it has been cooked and it is soft. So we have, after cooling the gravy, we have blended it with coconut milk. So I'm using a 400 ml can of coconut milk. I used half of it to blend it, and I'm going to use the rest for the gravy. So the gravy, we return the gravy back to the pan. We mix it fine. Add the remaining coconut milk to it. So put the gravy on the stove. Reduce the heat and let it simmer for a bit. Now we're going to add a little bit of sugar to add another dimension to this already multifaceted dish. Let's add about half a teaspoon of sugar and dry fenugreek leaves for flavor. I'm adding about a tablespoonful of fenugreek leaves, and let's mix this up and let it simmer before we put this in the oven to bake. Now we are going to bake the cauliflower. Our gravy is done. Let's start pouring the gravy over this cauliflower. So start from the top and make sure you cover the entire cauliflower. Now the cauliflower is covered in gravy. I'm going to pour half of the gravy that we have here into this to be baked, and we're going to reserve the remaining gravy. Now that we've covered the cauliflower in this gravy, let's pop it into the preheated oven. Carefully, just going to pop it into the preheated oven, and I'm going to set the timer for 45 minutes. Now at the halfway mark, around 20-25 minutes, open the oven and turn the dish around so that the cauliflower gets baked evenly. Now our gobi musallam is ready. You can slice this into triangles, into wedges, and serve it with hot fulkas or rotis or with rice. The gravy that we reserved can be poured on the gobi before eating. So if you have a lot of gravy left over, you can use it the next day. Maybe just saute some paneer and add it to the gravy, and you have another dish. Bon appetit!
Hello everyone, today I will be showing you how to make a very simple recipe called beetroot sasmi. First, let me show you the ingredients required for this. Here I have 2 medium grated beetroots, 1 cup of buttermilk, half a coconut, some red chilies, mustard seeds, salt, some urad dal and curry leaves for seasoning. Start, we'll cook the beetroot in a little bit of water. And while this is cooking, we can get the coconut paste, ground paste ready. We can cover this and cook. It'll take about 10 minutes for this to cook. We'll make the coconut paste. I'll take the coconut in the blender. Red chilies as per taste, your spice levels. This needs to be ground with a bit of water to a smooth paste first. Once this is done, you add a teaspoon of mustard seeds and grind it for a bit longer, again to get a very smooth paste. We have the paste here, the coconut paste. Let's have a look at the beetroot. It seems to have cooked. I'll now add the coconut mixture to the beetroot and cook it probably for another minute or two. It's about 2 minutes now. I'll now add the 1 cup of buttermilk that I have. With the buttermilk, just once you've added the buttermilk rather, you should ensure that you don't boil it, because then the buttermilk can curdle. Just heat it up for a minute or two and the dish should be ready. This looks like it's almost done. It's all cooked. Now we'll take it off the stove. I'll give the seasoning. I've got some hot oil here. Into the oil goes my mustard seeds, some urad dal, little, and curry leaves. That's all done. I add this to the Here we have beetroot sasmi ready. This can be eaten with rice and papadam or rotis. This dish can be cooked with a couple of other vegetables like fried lady's finger, raw tomatoes, raw cucumber. For the cucumber, you grate the cucumber and you can add curd instead of buttermilk. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed watching me make this simple and easy dish.
Vidyaji, I'm so happy to see your gobi musallam, which is a Mughlai dish. And I like the best part is actually the many hotels, they try to take out small cubes, but whole gobi what you've done, and with the coconut gravy and maybe the way you baked it, it was superb. You know, in fact, I felt like trying it. I have not done this before. I really felt that I should try to do that. It is very beautifully done. So congratulations for a fantastic dish called gobi musallam. It was looking very yummy too.
Thank you very much.
Ashaji, the beetroot sesame, you call sasmi, right? The beetroot sasmi. You know, I love the color because I remember, you know, like this we used to do at home also. But I love the color because once it goes into the white rice, the combination is super. Automatically, you just need a pepper. I don't think so. I need a poriel or toran, what we call, because you don't need anything else. It goes as a dish itself. It was superb,
That's right.
very fabulous color. And in fact, it is not complicated also.
Yes.
So it is very easy to make, and it is very simple way of cooking and healthy way of cooking, I will say. And also like Vidyaji's dish, as it was baked also, even though there was some, you had used some cashew nut and all that, but then, chalta hai. Sometimes when you make such dishes, it is really good. So
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have guests over.
yeah. And when you invite a guest, people prefer to have something different dish. So it was super.
Something different.
Yeah.
You said both of you have never done a cookery show before.
No,
No, never.
never. No.
So how come you agreed to do the show? Because when normally people hesitant to do the show.
Okay. So I have always been interested in cooking. I mean, ever since I was in my teens. So I started cooking very early on, and I love cooking. I make a variety of dishes. Cooking is like a de-stressor for me. So when Asha asked me if I would be interested in being on the show, I jumped at the opportunity and I said, why not? It is something different. Let me give it a shot. And here I am.
Very good. And you, Asha ji?
For me, just to the contrary, I don't cook all that much at all. I started cooking only after I got married. But when Vidya asked me, I said, why not? I'll give it a try, something different. So yeah, here I am.
Thank you. And it was lovely having both of the ladies to the show. And this show is basically UDS Group of Hotels promoting the women all over, because we would like to take some good recipes and add on to our menus also. So maybe this is an opportunity for us, and this all becomes our library. It is always will be in our library where we show to our chefs also, so they can also maybe take a simple, we call the ghar ka khana. You cooked up in a way. Even the Gobi Musallam Base is definitely a 5-star hotel dish, but the way you cooked was very simple and very interesting. So that way it makes me to feel better. So thank you very much for coming to this show, and it's our pleasure. I will always say it's our pleasure to be having you people in our show. Thank you very much, and see you very soon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, welcome to Superwoman Super Chef by UDS Hotels and Purple Club. This is Raj with you. Today we have seen Asha and Vidya from Sydney, Australia, doing fabulous cooking. I could not believe that the ladies were so professional. Asha did the beetroot sasme, which is superb color, very simple to make it at home. You can have it with the rice and any kind of curries. And of course, Vidya came out with something very exotic dish, which was Gobi Musallam. Absolutely mind-blowing the way a chef does it. Both of them were talented and did a fabulous job. This is where we keep ourselves, motivated, and we would like to have more women coming to our show and show their talents also. So I am going to dedicate a very special omelette for them. Yes, omelette is not very special, but then I am going to make a masala omelette, or I will say masala cheese omelette. And everyone does it in different way. If you go to Delhi, they add red chilies, red chili powder, the masalas and all. But then I'm making something very different for you. And this is, I have white of egg, so let me beat it up very well. So this is white of egg. This is very good and healthy for you without egg, the yellow one. Very important, it has to be fluffy, so I have to really work very hard on it. If you have a blender, you can do it with a blender. It's more easier to do it. This is a traditional way I'm doing it. So I'm taking a little bit of butter here to my pan. And this is with a lot of butter and cheese, so that's going to be something very yummy for the kids.
So lots of butter here. My pan is ready. And now I'm adding on the egg here, completely ready. Yes, of course, I'm adding a little bit of salt. Actually, I should add a little bit. I'm adding a little bit of pepper for flavor. Yes, I have parsley leaves. Of course, I have some nice capsicum. It's all up to you how much you want to add, you know. And of course, the most important thing is the onion here. And of course, to make it a little bit more colorful, I am adding up the tomato. So you can see the way it looks very special. And the most important thing is I'm adding a lot of cheese here to make it very beautiful, tasty and very yummy. If you want a bit more pepper, you can add. Yes, a little bit more salt. Yes. Very important, you have to see that it does not get stuck somewhere or stick, I will say. So it's very, actually, you know, like one with, I'm going to add bread also into it. So one, you have one, then you don't need a breakfast at all. So that's very, very filly breakfast for you, and something very, I will say that healthy also, because it's wide awake. Anyone would like to be part of our show, you can call us 9620-665566 or write back to us ceo@udshotels.com. We would like to promote you and love to have maybe come to your kitchen and do it. And this is the world's first Zoom, I will say, a cookery show by anyone. So my bread, I'm keeping my bread ready here. You can have maybe 4 eggs also, but I'm adding up only one bread here. So it's ready now. So I'm adding in my bread also here. So that's ready. So now I can maybe add a little bit more butter here to make it a little bit more, you know, because as I've added up the bread, so I want to add a little bit more butter for the bread. So that's ready here, and it's going to be very exciting breakfast for you. So that's very special masala cheese omelette for you. And as I said, you want to add a little bit more tomato, make it a little bit more colorful with capsicum or maybe more butter or cheese. But this is something very exotic, totally dedicated for Vidya and Asha from UDS Group of Hotels. Bye-bye.